Alright, so in this video, I want to talk about sports parents and just how utterly insane and delusional they are with their kids. So, I played hockey most of my life, so most of these stories are going to be from hockey. And for story one, I'll talk about this dude. We'll call him Fred. Now, Fred is the classic example of the dude that didn't make it in sports, so he forces his son to play hockey. And this guy, for whatever reason, was obsessed with Patrick Kane. So he would always force his kid to be decked out in like Blackhawks jerseys with Kane, all that. And he would like always harass Patrick Kane to try to get him to go to his son's birthday party, which sounds innocent, but as you'll come to learn, this guy is like psychotic. But yeah, eventually I think Patrick Kane actually did go to this party once. But anyways, yeah, like I said, he forced his son to play hockey. Kind of knowing his son a little bit, I don't think his son even really wanted to play hockey, and he wasn't that good at it. No offense to him, but yeah, his father wasn't having none of that. Would just constantly abuse him to play hockey. I remember, like, in practice, for whatever reason, like, he would take the biggest dude on our team and just tell him to run his son through the boards. And we had to sit there and watch this kid get abused because he thought that would make his son tougher. I mean, yeah, this dude, not a good dude. But that is, like, far from the worst thing he did. I remember once so before he was a head coach, he was an assistant with his best friend. His best friend was the head coach. And at the time, his son wasn't getting enough ice time. Because, like I said, his son just wasn't that good. And so what does this guy do to try to get his son more ice time? Well, at the time, his wife had breast cancer. So this absolute psycho takes his wife's phone and starts texting his best friend, who's the head coach, saying, like, oh, I don't have much time left. I need to see my son play more. Like, and just lying, too. It just, he's insane. And I remember my friend, he would always ride home with Fred and his son, and I would hear secondhand that just the stuff this dude would say to his kid, just absolutely torching him to death, or about how bad he was. So I don't even think this guy was that delusional. Like, he knew his son wasn't good, but just an absolute psychopath. And I don't know what it is about sports and just bringing out psychotic parents, but yeah, it does the job. This guy, Fred, too, I remember at his tryouts, he would always make sure that his tryouts would be on like the last day that you could have them for like all the hockey teams in the general area, so that you would have to go. And no, what he would do, he would tell like every parent, everyone that he interacted with, he would try to get them to go to his tryout, and he would just like promise them everything. Like, say, oh yeah, you're going to be on the team, you're going to be getting all this ice time. He would say that to every single parent that he met, and he would get them all to like wait out for his tryout, which was the last tryout. And then he would just like cut most of the people, because there was like 100 people at his tryout. And then he would have like 50 parents wanting his head on a stick after the tryout, because he would just lie to them saying they had a guaranteed spot. And he just did it just so he could like cut the kids and watch the parents go nuts. I mean, this guy was fucking crazy. What's weird about Fred too is if you ran into this dude in public, just like randomly, he's actually like a really nice guy too. Easy to talk to. It's just something about sports, just it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, who just turns this dude into a psycho. I remember this one parent too. We'll call this guy Tom. Tom, he would always force his son to play hockey as well. His son clearly did not have the passion that his father wanted him to have for hockey. And this one time, I was in the locker room. It was just me, my friend, Tom's kid, and then Tom. And his kid just didn't want to go back out there. I think we were playing like multiple games in a day. It was like some event. Actually, I think, funnily enough, the Fred guy that I talked about earlier was actually hosting this event. Yeah, and we were playing multiple games in a day. And this kid just didn't want to go, and he tells his father, like, yeah, I just want to go home. I don't feel like playing again. And this guy, like, gets in his son's face and starts trying to, like, intimidate him. Like, it was, like, straight out of a movie. It was, if you've ever seen Breaking Bad, like, towards the end of Breaking Bad, when Walt, like, tries to intimidate Saul, because Saul Goodman, the lawyer, wants to, like, break ties with him, and he, like, gets in his face. Like, that's exactly what it was like. Like, this dude just gets in his son's face and, like, corners him and starts, like, intimidating him, staring him down, making him play. And me and my friend are sitting in the other side of the room just like, what the fuck do we do? Like, is this guy about to beat his son in front of us? And then I think after that, eventually his son just, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, he just played the game after, because, like, what the hell? What are you gonna do when your father, like, gets in your face and intimidates you? And we're like 11 years old at the time. Like, and if that's what that dude was gonna do, well, there was two of us in the locker room. Like, I can't even imagine what this guy does at home to that poor kid. But yeah, I heard stories too of parents giving their kids like steroids, like testosterone, before they even hit puberty because they wanted them to grow. Which, I mean, that's just straight up child abuse. There's just too many parents that live vicariously through their kids. And when they see their kids in competitive environments, they just can't handle it. Like, every mistake, everything they see their kid not doing, they take it as like a personal attack on themselves. And then they just turn into psychos. And that's when you get the delusional parents that think their kids are something that they're not. And then they project all of their own failures onto their kid and hold them to expectations that they're just never going to live up to. And sports just provides an avenue for those type of parents to enact that behavior. But yeah, that's pretty much it.